One moment, guys. I'm just sharing this link to the YouTube channel and for the streams. For the PSN chat. So I'll start this pre-race podcast very soon. As you can hear from my voice, I'm a little bit sick, but hey, it hasn't stopped us before. But losing a little bit more voice and stuff like that. And yeah. One moment, guys. Bear with me. We have already first viewer, so. As you can hear, I'm a little bit sick. He's just joining. I'm just quickly sending the stream links to all the PSN chats. We have quite a few of them. So, yeah, okay, now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Follow Pre-Race Broadcast. I'm your owner and commentator of EFL, Eric Salama, and this pre-race broadcast works like this for the new viewers. I'm going to invite 3 drivers to my party, and we're going to hear their thoughts on the track and of the chances in the race. So let's get it started. Let's just take top 3, whoever we've had here. Let's take Viatis Apelele first, and let's take him to the interviews. Very fast driver, potential to win the championship, but he's been quite unlucky with, I believe, 6 retirements and only 2 races he's finished in Spain P5 and in Azerbaijan P1. I believe those are the only races he's finished this season. In Spain he did, I believe, 4 pit stops and still finished 5th, and Azerbaijan was the only race where he kinda didn't have any problems and just finished where he actually needed to finish. So we'll wait for Viatis Apelele to join the party, and we'll get his thoughts about Austria and about his chances in this race. As VLT Sape is currently joined us to the interviews. Good evening, VLT.
Hello.
Do you have your voice coming on?
Yes, I think so.
So, this season has been... Okay, just check it out and say if it's on, then we can stop.
Yes.
Okay, Austria, round 9. What are your expectations on the track?
I feel pretty good around here, but I did no practice for it. But it should be fine.
Pace should be fine, but you're kind of a crowd's favorite in every single race. But in most of the races this season, you've had so many retirements and so many unlucky situations. I believe only 2 races where you finished, and that's Spain and Azerbaijan, where you took your all points this season. So, what do you have to do differently so you won't retire or have these unlucky situations? Because 6 races out of 8, it's in my opinion, it's a little bit too much.
It just not spin at the penultimate corner, and then I should be fine.
Should be fine. Do you have any message for the viewers, for your fans who will be cheering you on for this race?
No.
Alright, thank you very much. Good luck for the race.
Thank you.
Thank you for popping in. There we go. A little bit sort of choice of words from our German companion, VRT Sape. Next interview we're gonna have is gonna be JLuke11, so we'll just invite him to the party. But yeah, small choice of words from VRT Sape, so yeah, I mean, let's try to invite JLuke11 for the party, and then we'll invite one more guy, and that'll be it. And then we're gonna hear the national anthem of Austria, and I'm gonna test, is the voice showing on? That'll be it. Okay, it's on. It's definitely on. As we're waiting for JLuke11 to join the interviews, and we have Alfonso Gomez saying hello from Mercedes team, and we're waiting for JLuke to come to the party. 17 drivers at the moment. We have 2 comments. I'll be checking them very soon. We're waiting for JLuke11 to come. If he's not, then yeah, we'll invite somebody else then. Let's try to invite... let's invite maybe Taze Leroy, because he's the youngest ever EFL winner in EFL. So we'll take his interview, and then we'll try to get somebody else. But if nobody's gonna come, then Luke is in the toilet, alright. So we'll get the youngest winner in the EFL, Taze Leroy, to here, and we're gonna hear his interviews. So bear with me, guys. We have 5 more minutes until the race starts. So okay, Taze Leroy, good evening. Can you hear me? Do you have your voice going on? Good. We have a bit of a hurry now. Is it on? Alright, 2 weeks ago you became the youngest race winner in EFL, so what are your expectations in Austria? Last weekend you still finished P3 last weekend, but can you repeat this podium you got last week?
I don't know, because my wrist, I sprained it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm gonna do tonight.
Alright, so hopefully you'll do your best. Do you have any message for the viewers who are watching the stream?
Just, well, hopefully I can get another podium.
Alright, so thank you very much. Thanks everyone, good luck for the race, and hopefully the race is gonna be completely fine. Thank you, and now we'll get the final guest. Hopefully the Tevap will join to our interview, so we can interview him, and then we're gonna hear the national anthem of Austria, the country that hosts this prestigious event in EFL. So we still have time. We have 17 jobs at the moment because I'm a spectator. I'm gonna commentate this race because I'm the owner and commentator of EFL. Eric the Lightning Salama. I like to call myself Lightning because yeah, I'm very quick in a track. Well, I think I'm quick, but yeah, I'm also quick in some other things. It's not what I'm proud of, but unfortunately I'm quick in personal life, also in the bed and stimulating things. So, but we're not gonna go into that. So, and we have some conversations going in the chats, and if we don't get another interview in the next 30 seconds, we're just gonna play the national anthem of Austria and just party on rock and roll. That's how they say. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any more interviews. Oh, nah, yeah, and yeah, we interviewed today Taze Leroy, and then we interviewed who was the other guy? VRT Shape. So you heard of them, and ladies and gentlemen, take your hats off for the national anthem of hosting country Austria. There we go. There's the national anthem of the country that is hosting this track, Austria, Spielberg, Österreich Ring, 7-corner track, and somebody has left from the session, so we'll have 1 more minute, and then we're gonna party on, rock and roll, like they say in EFL and in a rockstar world. So yeah, a little bit sick. I've said it maybe a couple of times, but the nose is bleeding. Not bleeding, but it's like stuck and stuff like that. And I'm reading some messages. Does anybody need invites or not? And okay, Panos is doing connection setup, so I'm gonna quickly invite him back to the lobby, and then we'll continue. Then we'll start this race. So I'm gonna check a few of the comments now. Hopefully some positive things, but might be something else also. If nobody chooses Haas, can J-Luke and me take that car? Yes, sure you can. And then let's go Alpha. Hey my friend. Yeah. Why this anthem? Because it's Austria. We always, you know, Okay, let's ready on. We're just ready on and let's go for the race. It's 8 p.m. and yeah, like in EFL, we always play hosting country's national anthem to show the respect that, well, what they deserve. It's always in. There we go. And 17 drivers here today in EFL, and the race is about to start. So give Eric one more moment as he will transform into his commentating mode. So, moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the round 9 of Austria Österreichring in Austria Spielberg. I'm the owner and commentator of EFL, Eric, Mighty Lightning Salama, also known as Sir Eric. And today we are driving in Austria. 17 drivers here today. It's solid number of drivers, and we've had some new drivers here today, like reserve drivers of Lito Romanino, Jack Make, Panos, and also GPR Abel Jins 11. Austria is probably one of the shortest tracks in the calendar, and it is probably the shortest one and the quickest one if it's going to be dry session in the race. Short qualifying 50%. And before these drivers head out, I just want to say the championship standings. Alfonso is leading the championship by 68 points to Tevap TT 007 Williams, and in P3 is New Zealand Camid Red Bull, and P4 goes to Red Bull's Pierre Hansen. Williams is leading the constructors for Mercedes, and P3 is Red Bull, which is also the home track for Red Bull here today. We're getting a lot of drivers out in the track. Jesus Christ, it's like a bargain out there. And you can write to the comments if my voice is too high or not. Actually, I can check it myself. So one moment. Okay, the voice is pretty solid, and we have a lot of drivers heading out. 16 minutes remaining in the session. A lot of drivers in the mediums, medium soft, softs, medium soft. So what are you seeing right now in your screens is not correct, because some drivers are with the medium tires and some drivers are with the soft tires. So it's like a circle of life, you know. And now we're just waiting for drivers to head out. Serious, guys, it's not nice commentating when you're sick. I can surely say about that. And VRT Sepp is probably going to be the first driver to start his lap on this beautiful 7-corner track, as I have my Wikipedia open, so I know the corner names. Actually, there's no corner names, it's only corner numbers, but still, I'm going to keep track on it. As Racing Points VRT Sepp, who's, by the way, P4 in the championship, is starting his lap, and we have yellow for sector 2, but nobody's retired, so VRT Sepp is coming towards the end of sector 1, and his sector 1 time is 15.9, which is very impressive. He's coming towards the second longest straight in Austria. Basically, the whole Austria is only straight lines. And now we're waiting for VRT Sepp to get to the end of sector 2, as he's now done the corner 3 of Schlossgold, if that's correct, according to Wikipedia. Corner 4 is Rauch, and he goes very wide. He goes very Rauch wide. And that's 44.7 for Sepp, and he runs very wide, and he can throw that lap in the garbage and say a Colby, because that was a Swiss and the garbage, that lap. So all I try to say, it's been a very, very tremendous lap from VRT Sepp, and he sets 1:04.5, which is of course invalidated because he runs wide. As Amadi sets a lap of 1:05.2, which is provisional P1 time, and 1:04.4 is for Taze Leroy Stowe, also the youngest race winner in EFL of age 11. Jack May in P3 with 1:07.1, one of the newest reserves in this league, and we'll see what YMCA Lights is about to do, not YMCA, of course, even though that there's nothing wrong with YMCA. Like, it's 2020, and the song is pretty lit though. And 1:04.991 for Lights, who moves P3, and Little Romanino is P2. So The new reserve drivers of Romanino and Jack May are doing very good job. Alfonso goes to P8 and is out of the session, and that's Alfonso crashed out. He's crashed out, but he didn't lose his tire. Samuel American P4 with 105 flat. We have newcomers coming here today, so bear with me, I'm gonna read them out very soon. Pia Hansen is crossing the finish line, but it's a 107.9 and it's also invalidated. And we'll see what Timo Titi is about to do. The German driver who's P2 in the championship. Viatis is in the pits, he wasn't able to set a lap. So currently Tej Lewo is holding the provisional P1 time with 104.4, and P2 is Little Manino, and P3 is YXNG Lights. And we'll see what Hatsa is about to do, and Hatsa is waving a little bit and he will be going to the pits. And we'll see what Seva is about to do, he's also in the pits, so... And YXNG Lights, or Lights, how like you call him, yeah, he's going also to the pits, so... Is anybody actually in a lap? As Seva Tsisi has retired from the session. Seva has retired from the session. No idea what happened to him. Probably retired in the pit, so is it raining? Is it raining? It's raining! It's not raining men, but it's raining water. Sorry, I wanted to say that's a joke, but if it's really raining, then the qualifying is over, and that means Tej Lewo has taken pole position in EFL. His first pole position ever in EFL, because if it rains, and Little Menino is second, YXNG Lights is third, American fourth, and Amity fifth, then this qualifying is over. Panos is writing, check your DM, so I'm checking them very shortly, one moment. As Jack May has left from the session. As I'm not sure why he's left from the session, but Amity has retired, so this was a very short qualifying. I hope all the drivers are smart enough to retire. As Panos is writing to me in DMs, Hearts are retired, so it was a very short qualifying, unfortunately for the viewers, but the drivers who set the lap first were the ones who gained most. I checked my DMs and I have nothing, so guys, could you just wait a second? I need to quit and rejoin now, so I'll miss quali. Well, you need to be quick because it's these drivers' deal if they're gonna retire, because the schedule is 8 PM, and if you decide to leave and test the connection or something, yeah, it's unfortunate. Hopefully we'll make it back very soon, but it's this driver's situation what they're gonna do. But like Alonso once said, it's like, do you wanna go out? Why? We're just wasting time. I mean, you could put like a rocket ship into the car and we would still not improve. So it's like GP2 engine mode and stuff like that. But anyways, do you have any music introductions, or what music do you want to listen? Because I don't think these drivers are gonna retire, so we might as well listen to some music. So put your music. I'm not gonna commentate this because they're not gonna improve their times. Actually, they might. 30 is only... What? They're improving the times. Is the rain going off? You have to see. No way. But you can put your song... so okay, we have most of the drivers retiring. I wanna see what Surdy can do, because I think it's rain. You're not gonna improve that much. That actually, who improved? Viatis went to P7 with 105.6. So yeah, but the track is too wet. I think that was the natural pace of Sape, because Sape is so quick. He could, even with inners, he could be in top 7. So yeah, Tej Lewo has retired and this qualifying is over. So any music things? Okay, they will not improve, but Viatis Sape is, you know, Viatis Sape. If he's fast, you know. Yeah, it's. They're not improving because the rain is so high. It's only, I mean, not high like rain can't get high by smoking marijuana or STD or something. I mean, STD is a sexual disease, but I don't know what I'm talking. It's because I'm a little bit ill. I'm just talking nonsense. But the clouds can get high, but I don't think the rain can go high. It can come down, but it can't be high. Like, not like Snoop Dogg smoking weed every day. I don't know what I'm talking about, but. Yeah, I mean, for the I don't know, what songs do you want to listen, guys? Let's put good old, I don't know. You say some songs, I will put them on now. And yeah, this guy, hey, this is probably your first time listening to Eric's commentating. I'm doing it in every league, I'm doing it my own style. I'll try to be as entertaining as possible. And Jack Meyer has retired, and there wasn't any rain on the forecast for flip's sake, or what the hell, for fuck's sake, come on, it's not PG. It's not fucking PG. We can fucking curse if we want. I will read it. So apparently writes, there wasn't any rain on the forecast, for fuck's sake. But Eric, you need to say beep beep beep. No. Wait, whose league is this? EFL, Eric's Formula League. We are not PG, guys. I'm sorry, we are not PG. But yeah, let's just listen to some. I'm gonna put some music on. So I don't know what to actually to listen. I don't know. Let's put some my own music list. Eric is the best commentator I've ever seen. AG30, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's put. Let's actually put this song. Fuck, I actually don't know. Oh yeah, this, yeah. You will listen to some real hard rock, hallelujah. How Finland won the Eurovision contest in 2006. So here we are, hold on one moment. Oops. Spicy. Here is the sign. The Rangers bring them hard. Hallelujah. Best song ever, mate. Best song ever. That's how Finland won Eurovision. Hey, it's heavy metal, man. Don't mess with heavy metal, dude. It's how we won Eurovision in 2006. So be saved, brothers and sisters. It's through the swings. And you will see the choker soon will be the new king. Holy made is lightning with power of night. So it is spicy. Here is the sign. Okay, let's put another song. One more song. You will not. It's about my homeland, the other homeland. So let's listen to this one song quickly. Don't get offended. It's not anything bad. So let's just listen until everybody retires. Let's just listen. Советский Союз, это за отечество наше свободное, и народов весой вековой. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm half Russian, so I apologize for this. So. This song, I need Jesus. Well, I have Jesus in my life, so hey, but I'm trying to make you guys entertained. Who the fuck wants to watch this piece of shit? Like, nobody's driving, it's raining, and nobody's wanting to retire, so time for a cig, yeah. Thanos left so he can't retire, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay, behind scenes retired, so thank God we saved 4 minutes of our time. Thank bloody God. Oh. So the top 20 for the race today is Taze Leroy takes pole position, Little Manino is P2, YXNG Lights is P3, Semi Larrikin is in P4, Amity P5, Loma Crew P6, Viatisei P7, Hartza P8, Zeluk P9, New Zealand Camp P10, and P11 to P17 is Alfonso Gomez, AG30, CBR Abel Zims, Jack Mia, Pia Hansen, Tevap Titi, and Panos. So I'll just quickly take screenshots and save the video clip. So yeah, but that was a very interesting qualifying. I enjoyed watching the last 13 minutes of drivers being in the pits, so I truly enjoyed that. How about you guys? Let's give a round of applause for the drivers who didn't retire. And these are not sarcastic applauses, guys. It's not. It's really not. And Panos unfortunately didn't make it for the start because he left for some reason. So yeah, 10 viewers watching at the moment, so yeah, one moment guys. So there we go. Let's do one thing, and now we're waiting for the lights to go out and the race to start. So 8 seconds for the start and formation lap, and I'll go to the grid. Taze Leroy took fantastic pole position. He was the first one to set a lap, and I believe he first one to get a pole position. 16 drivers in the grid, and your grid is as follows. For P1 and P2, Tawaso Taze Leroy takes pole position and becomes the youngest driver to take pole position in EFL of age 11. And in his first race here today, Little Manino takes P2 position in his Renault car, so he'll be targeting Taze Leroy's P1 position. P3 and P4 goes to Alfa Romeo's YXNG Lights and Ferrari's Semi Larrikin. P5 and P6, Imadi and Loma Crew. P7 and P8, Viati Sapalele and Hartza. P9 and P10, Ferrari's J-Luke and Red Bull's New Zealand Cam. P11 and P12, Championship leader Alfonso Gomez and Torvoso's AG30. P13 and P14, new Mercedes driver GPR Abel James 11, and P14 is the new reserve driver in Haas Jack Maya. P15, Pia Hansen, and P16 in the last place in his Williams, which is leading the constructors, is the Tevap TC 007. And now we're waiting for a few moments for Michael Buffer to say, drivers, start your engines. Let's get ready to rumble! I basically love Michael Buffer, but yeah. As we have Taze Leroy, Little Manino, YXNG Lights, Semi Larrikin, Imadi, Loma Crew, Viatisei, Hartza, J-Luke, New Zealand Cam, Alfonso Gomez, AG30, GPR Abel James, Jack Maya, Pia Hansen, Tevap Titi lining up to the grid. And if I can write before this race starts your top 3 for the race. Who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think is gonna finish second? And who will crash out? Because it's round 9 and we're starting this race very shortly. As we already have one driver who's waiting in the grid, and it's Finnish driver Hartza. As once again, Taze, Little, Lights, Arikan, D, Maku, Shape, Hartza, J-Luke, New Zealand Cam, Alphonse, Surdy, Abel James, Jack Maya, Hansen, and Tevap Titi lining to the grid. As we are enabling all the track data. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. It looks like Taze Leroy got a bad start, and he's challenged by Little Manino to turn 1, and also Alfa Romeo driver of YXNG Lights is charging out around the turn 1, but it looks like Taze Leroy is getting P2, but Imadi, and there's a massive crash behind. There is a massive crash between Low, Alfonso Gomez, Imadi, and Sodi, and also Alfonso Gomez has retired. The championship leader has retired from the session, so everybody else is gonna catch him very much, and that's a safety car in lap 1, but unbelievable, guys. Alfonso Gomez, Amadi, Surdy, Luke, Loma Crew have all crashed out, and Alfonso, the first retirement, the championship leader, leading the championship by 68 points to New Zealand Cam, and this is going to give great opportunity for everybody else to catch him up. But safety car in lap 1. I just couldn't commentate that. There was too much happening, and I can't really yell because neighbors are, you know, listening. behind these walls thinking, what the hell is that guy talking about, and why he's talking English and not Finnish. But anyways, it's lap 1 out of 36 and 35 laps remaining in the session, and safety car has come out, and is anybody gonna pit and take the hard tires or medium tires? Are we gonna see any drivers risking it for the chocolate biscuit? As Pia Hansen is overtaking Sevap Tsitsi, going side by side with him. As Pia Hansen is pitting, and so is New Zealand Cam, Zipia, Abel James, and we have a lot of drivers going to the pits to change the tires. But the question is, what tires they're gonna take? Yeah, we can take extra commentator, Alfonso. I can invite you, man. Don't worry. You left from the session, mate. You have to come back. Come back to the session, and I can invite you to the box. And we have a lot of drivers going to the mediums and hard tires, and then we have nobody's actually going for softs. So I think most of these drivers will try to do the one stop, and most of them are chasing the front wings. But yeah, safety car still out, and Alfonso, if you want to commentate with me, just come to the box and join back to the session, and then inform me when you're back in the session in the stream, and I will invite you. I get to do commentating with the championship leader of EFL, which is very interesting because his lead will go down, but he has over 68 points lead over Sevap Tsitsi, who is now in P8, so they will catch him massively after this race if they're able to finish the race. But in the viewers, in the comments, please write your favorite moment from Austria in real life or in this game. I have to say my personal favorite moment from Austria has to be from 1999, where Mika Häkkinen crashed with David Coulthard to the last place, and then with amazing comeback was able to finish P3 just behind David Coulthard. Of course, Eddie Irvine winning that race. But and I will invite Alfonso Gomez to the party, but one moment, guys. I have to do it old style because some reason the game doesn't allow me to invite him straightforward, but there we go. Alfonso has been invited to the party, and he can commentate with me as I'm a little bit ill, as I've said. So safety car still out, and multi-gamer is running Verstappen versus Charles Leclerc 2019. Well, I have to agree with that. That was a great fight, an amazing comeback from Max after. And Alfonso Gomez, what happened in the start?
I don't know. I was looking behind because my teammate broke his wing with my car, and when I looked, like in front of me there was like 3 or 4 cars crashed, and I couldn't avoid them.
You can avoid them, so it was a racing incident.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. You're gonna lose massively to the in the championship to Sevap Tsitsi and New Zealand Cam. You had 68-point lead, but now you're gonna have to watch the race from the commentary box, and let's see how many points they're gonna catch you.
Well, I trust in my team, and he's not like as fast as me. Let's say it like that, but he's fast enough to keep that hard tire till the end and get some points. So.
Alright, that's very good to hear. And safety car is out this lap, so we'll see. What do you think of the drivers who made a pit stop now? Can they make a one stop to the end, or will they do the second stop?
Medium tires are not going to the end, but hard tires are capable too. So.
Alright.
AG30 and Arel, I trust. Well, what the fuck?
Well, what happened? Okay, the lights out and away we go, and it looks like Little Manino got a bad start, and Tesla was already challenging him into turn 1. Let's see who's gonna be in the position, who's gonna have bigger cojones. It's gonna be Little Manino, Tesla, and it looks like they're going side by side with each other, and it looks like Romanino is about to keep the position.
There's the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, YXNG lights, he's challenging Taze Leroy and Little Manino down the inside of turn 2. Are we gonna see a massive crash or not? And he taps a little bit at rear of Renault driver Little Manino.
Oh my god.
They wanna commentate a little bit, they wanna practice commentating. As there's Ferrari and McLaren going side by side.
I thought Harza was going to enter to the gravel.
Yeah, well, he saved it beautifully, and now we have a 3-way fight for the win between Romanino, YXNG Lights, and Taze Leroy. But you as experienced driver, what do you do in this situation? Do you stay behind the DRS and save ERS, or do you try to overtake at this point? What would you do?
Firstly, you just in the first 2 or 3 laps, if I were them, I would try to push hard as hard as I can, so I can make a gap with other people who aren't fast enough. And then, if someone has been capable to keep the pace, just start battling with them and keep it in the DRS zone.
Alright, thank you very much. But look at Taze Leroy. He's charging Alfa Romeo down the inside of turn 1. And Taze Leroy, you have the experience to drive with him. How would you describe his driving style?
Well, he's kind of aggressive, but not as much as being painful for racing. But it's like a pretty good style. You don't expect him to attack or challenge your position in some zones, but he does, and it's like some unpredictable.
So it's like real life Max Verstappen, as he's also the youngest race winner in EFL, age of 11. You remember you were fighting with him again in Canada. You have good memories from that battle you had with Taze Leroy.
Yeah, well, he hadn't got his best tires, but he keep him the first sector good. Never mind. If he's challenging now the first one, it's like going to get better. Well, no.
And it looks like he has so much more pace than the Renault driver ahead. I know these drivers are in the same league, but I could imagine that Taze Leroy will try the maneuver at some point. But he's not using his EOS, so he's probably listening what we are saying in the stream. He's saving EOS in a straight lines and just staying behind the DOS.
Yeah, and the Renault driver is like putting more power in every straight, and he's saving EOS carefully. So I guess in 2 or 3 laps he will get the maneuver done. So.
But look how much he's basically pushing Roman Nino in a straight corners, and we have new comment from Multigamer. Yes, he is 11. We've all heard him, and I've known him for almost 1 year, and he is actually 11. So he's very impressive driver. So, anyways, any other battles going on? Basically, no. It's we're gonna follow battle for the lead. But look how much faster Taze is actually than the Renault driver.
I think this battle is I don't know if it's going to be like that, but should be getting time to the Alfa Romeo driver, and when they have the gap enough, they should start battling, but not now, because if not they are going to get catched by the other drivers.
Yeah, I agree, and Cielos is sector 1, we don't know what's happened, and it looks like your teammate has crashed out to the wall, and that's any chance of Mercedes getting points is thrown to the garbage, unless safety car comes out. But look at this. Yeah, but look at this. He's already challenging it to turn out around the inside of turn 3, and he's getting the maneuver done. Yes, he is. So Taze Leroy.
The Renault driver hasn't said it all. She's still going to try the inside.
They're going side by side with each other, but now Taze Leroy made the maneuver stick, and let's see how are they just switching positions with each other, because I know they're in the same party. So how would you do with your friend? Would you just switch positions and switch the OSs, or how would you do this situation?
Well, I would say, like I said before, I would tell him, okay, let's push to make a gap, and then if you want, we start battling, or we just respect each other. So, but first it's important to make that gap, because young lights is like staying in the DRS, and a stupid move or something that is unpredicted could make them lose positions. So.
Exactly, as Lights is still less than 1 second from them, and we have a first overtake of this race. Sape is trying to overtake Hartza for P6 position.
He's pushed out.
He's pushed out. I don't know, does he have to get the position back or not, but it doesn't look like it, and Viati Sape has moved himself to P6 position. And now
has pushed out Chappelle off the track, so.
It's basically like Max and Charles in 2019. Yeah. So, but it's allowed. If you don't get damaged, it's allowed. It's racing.
Yeah.
But how about the drivers with the medium tires? Like, let's say Tevap Cici, Viati Sape, they're only 1 second off from P4 and P3, or 2 seconds off from the lead. So, who has the advantage at the moment?
At this moment, if the distance doesn't increase, the best strategy is from Taze Leroy and Tevap Cici, that are the drivers I know. Because with medium tires, if you will remain in the DRS, then you will have it more easier overtake at the end of the race with no fuel and new soft tires.
Yeah,
But if you fall out of the DRS, you just start losing time, man.
Yeah, and we had hard pitting for medium tires, and now we go side-by-side situation. Semi-American Lights basically doing the Max and Charles of last year, and Semi-American got the position from YXNG Lights. Yellow's in sector 3, and once again your teammate has crashed out.
Oh my god.
And there's a massive clash between American and Lights.
Well, another time, they've returned the track with Cam in... What?
Yeah, but that was an incident between American and Lights. It basically started the whole thing, and a little bit over-aggressive stuff from the both Alpha and Ferrari drivers who have ruined their own races at the moment, and that's promoted Seva and Sape to P3 and P4.
Well, my teammate, I don't know what she's doing. She should retire, but...
And we have a fan saying Ferrari moves in the braking zone, but that's the job of the stewards to say. You know, all the drivers will send the incidents to stewards, and we'll see what's gonna happen. But a battle between the two German drivers for P3, Seva and VRT Shape.
Yeah. Well, I usually don't support Shape because I know he's faster than Seva, but seeing the standings as they are, it would be okay for me that the racing point overtakes the Williams.
Yeah, because he's your closest rival, even though he's 68 points behind, but Seva is your closest rival. He won the last race in France. So, Yellow's in sector 2, so that permits for Safe to make any overtaking maneuvers on Seva. So he has to wait until sector 3.
Well, actually the yellow flag was my teammate who's in the second corner, so...
Yeah. Oh, and as you can hear, I'm a little bit ill, like voice and nose and everything, but luckily you're with me commentating, and 10 laps done out of 36. Basically, it's a DRS train between these drivers, but...
Yeah.
And Taslewa has over 1.2 second gap over Little Manino.
Yeah, but that's what I told. With medium tires, Chevatici is looking like 0.2, 0.3 tenths.
Yeah, and he outbroke himself. He's practicing without ABS, and I think he just outbroke himself.
No.
But
they started battling with medium tires, and Taylor has over 1 second with Literoma and Nino, and then there's 2 seconds with the third. So if Cheva doesn't focus and gets out the DRS of Shape, he will suffer then at the end, because he will be too far from the leaders.
But if the safety car comes now, who will gain advantage from it?
Soft tires.
Soft tires, not mediums.
If you enter with mediums, you are forced to mount hard. But if you enter with softs, you can put mediums, so...
Alrighty then, and what is your favorite moment actually from real life in Austria? If you can count all the races we've done in Austria in real life, as Romanino is pitting, but favorite moment in real life?
For me, maybe... Well, even wasn't at TV because FIA didn't want to show. Carlos Sainz last year was 19th at the grid and finished 8th and made a lot of overtakes, but they weren't shown at the TV, so...
Yeah, Carlos Sainz, who is known as a driver who is not getting shown in TV, he's like a ghost. So, even though when he finished in podium in Brazil, they didn't show him in a podium. So, as VRT did change his front wing, so he lost over 6-7 seconds.
Go for 2 stops because he started with mediums and his mediums another time.
So he's basically calculating another safety car, which actually might come. And now Seva is in P2, and Tage leading.
Where's Little Roma? There's a Ghost Haas.
Yeah, Jack Maya, who's left from the session. So we have 14 draws remaining in the session at the moment.
Yeah, but Little Roma has got DRS and he was like 1 second off Tage, so I don't know if the undercut will succeed or not.
And now Tage is spinning. Let's see how the undercut is gonna work out. As Newsat Gap gets a 5-second penalty for spinning in the pit lane, and he's taking the medium tires, of course, and we'll see where's Little Romanino. He's getting a DRS from the Hansen.
Yeah.
And where's
so with J. Luke.
And we'll see, he's gonna just rejoin ahead of Ferrari driver J. Luke, but he's going side by side with J. Luke. This is very important for Tesla to stay ahead, and yes he is. Cleaner.
Luke has the safe ERS in Twitter, so he didn't want to overtake.
And
Ronald Driver is 2 seconds behind. He's lost time.
he's lost time to the undercut. Maybe he was the whole lap behind of Pierre Hansen. So yeah, but
sorry.
No, go on.
There is scam with McCurry.
Oh yeah, there's a big valve for P11. Oh, they go side by side with each other. Unbelievable. Loma Crew and New Zealand Cam, and they've crashed out. They've crashed out. New Zealand Cam has crashed out.
I don't know how to say that. It was like too aggressive from Cam, and the McLaren was in the grass.
Yeah, and now lights is spinning. As little Nino says the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 107.7.
He's with J-Luke now, but he's now 2 seconds from Leroy, so if this doesn't fuck up, he will win.
Yeah, he will, but VRT safe said the fastest lap of 107.2, and little Nino is getting past of J-Luke. Easy job. And Zach Myers rejoined back to the session. And now, how long will Seva have to do with his tire sets to go to the end with soft tires?
It was 22 laps without quali lap and 21 with quali lap, so near the 21st lap or 22nd if he doesn't want time penalty, but if he doesn't want to have a lot of stress in his tires, he should end in the 22nd lap, so...
Alright, so the 14-13 laps with soft tires.
Time, come on. No.
Oh, that was close. He almost took out New Zealand Cam, and and is that gonna bring out the safety car or not? No, he didn't bring it, but Hartza is overtaking Pierre Hansen for position, and another good day for Red Bull. Their home track and P7 and with P14 at the moment, so not very good for Red Bull drivers. As Sami Larkin is fighting with 30 for P12 position. Lights is getting past of Jack Meyer for P9. Actually, no battles going on. But
well, there are just 2 or 3, but they're not interesting. They are just different strategies or...
And your teammate has written something to the chat, so as you're speaking Spanish, you can probably translate it.
Sorry?
Your teammate has wrote something to the stream chat. Han puto McLaren mi ha zopito la cámara. Shit.
What? I have understood some words and they are not good words, but...
Un puto McLaren me ha zodipo... No, wait. Jodido la cámara. Shit.
Jodido, yeah. He says it's like, fucking McLaren has fucked me the race.
Okay, yeah. Well, and he's left from the session. Not retired. Yeah, he's going off on for not good race for Mercedes, who will lose a lot of ground to Williams, as Williams will probably lead once again the constructors and extend their lead. So you guys are a little bit catching on to Williams, and so as now VRT Safe is caught up to Hansen.
Yeah, it was a good change at the beginning, but now with Stu out and Seba is not leading, I'm not sure about this, but...
And if he wins the Grand Prix, the gap goes from 68 points to 43 points, depending on the fastest laps.
Yeah, well, I hope on Leroy and Little Roma and maybe Shape pushes hard.
Of course, and now Safe is right behind of Hansen. He has to get ahead of Hansen quickly if he wants to get his 2-stop to work. Opening his DRS, but of course Hansen is getting DRS also from the car head. Actually, he's not getting.
He isn't.
But is he gonna put much of a fight? No. And it's P7 for VRT Safe. But VRT Safe has been very unfortunate this season. 6 retirements out of 8 races, so not something you want to deal with.
Yeah.
And now we're just waiting for Amadi, Teva to make the pit stops, and then we're gonna see a battle for the win.
Cheva, I see it as okay, but as I said before, lap 22, 23 will be the ideal stop, but the traffic will be with Hartz and Chappelle, so...
Yeah, Chappelle, who is now trying to overtake Hart and say look for P5 position, and then it's free track ahead of him. So as he's done a 1:07.7, very good lap time with those tires. As Hart takes a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. But yeah, I mean, we had this epic. Oh, look at Hart's defending. Oh, mamma mia, pizzeria. What happened there? What do you think? A little bit over-aggressive defending from Hartzer.
Well, he just made one direction change, but he did it at the braking, so...
Oh,
I don't know.
we are seeing young Max Verstappen here. That's Max movement. Not Max movement, but movement. And look how much faster Sape is than Hartzer.
He's capable of diving every corner, so I guess when he gets rid of Hartzer, he will reach Luke in 1 lap or less. So.
But VTC has to be careful. We know his history when it's side-by-side situations. He's always crashing out, and he has to be very careful. If Hartzer's defending aggressively, he has to make the maneuver stick, but Hartzer is defending very aggressively. He's moving positions in every defensive line. Reminds me of Vitaly Pet.
He's done it perfectly. He's got back the traction.
Yeah, now Hartzer can't do anything, and now he's finally getting past of Hartzer. Or is Hartzer gonna dive up the inside or not?
Well,
yeah. Oh, they're going side by side with each other. Hartzer is trying to maneuver.
That was a little bit positive, but
he's waiting for that inside line. He's not letting the inside line, and there we go. Safe got the maneuver done. But what a defending from Hartzer.
Well, actually, I don't know if he's going to dive in this. Okay, no.
Nah, it would be crazy. I mean, but that defending reminded me of Vitaly Petrov in Abu Dhabi, the Flying Russian against Fernando Alonso. I think you probably
remind me that, please.
And you know what? Vitaly Petrov is my mother's cousin, and I'm not even lying. My mom is Vitaly Petrov cousins. They know the Petrov family. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I'm half Russian, and they live in Vyborg, and they went to the same school when they were small. My mom and Vitaly. So. Yeah.
Chappelle with J-Luke outside and done.
Easy maneuver, and J-Luke is not putting so much fight otherwise than Hartzer.
Hartzer is preparing, but I don't know if he will be. No, he won't be capable of.
The Finnish torpedo. Let's see what it's gonna do.
No, it's too far. Would be crazy.
Never underestimate the power of dive bomb. If you no longer go for the gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. So remember that. But yeah, lap 20, and probably we'll see soon Tim Chichi and Amadi doing their pit stops, which will give the lead to Tej Leroy.
What I don't understand is why Amadi has stopped in lap 1.
He's gonna try to the end.
I don't know. Maybe he does, but it would be a little bit crazy.
Well, if he can save the tires, then why not? I will give a big props up to him if he's able to take those tires to the end. Like GG if he can do that.
Yeah, because I've tried some simulations, and in lap 20, well, I don't know if simulation is okay, but I think it was doing. Yeah, it's like 25 laps, and then it explodes. So.
And look at the fight between Hartzer and J-Luke.
Yeah, I was only on board, but he will try by the outside because J-Luke is going. Okay, there he does, and he will
side by side. Oh, he's a little bit turning in, but he got the maneuver done. Beautiful maneuver from Hartzer.
Yeah.
And that's P6 for him, but what do you think is going to happen next season in F1? Is Mercedes going to win all races, or can Red Bull or Ferrari do anything about it?
Well, I don't know. If the power unit finally gets removed from Ferrari, they will have a serious problem. and I think Mercedes will win, but second will be Red Bull, maybe third Racing Point. I don't know.
Oh, wow, that's very good. Very good.
First medium stop, it's J-Luke.
Yeah, I'm just saying it, and he's putting softs on and driving to the end, pedal to the metal, shaking and baking, muscle with hustle, driving to the end. But yeah, I don't know about you, but this race is a little bit boring, so I don't know, it's Austria.
At this point it is. But when Cheva and Namadi stop, it won't be that. They will push hard and...
Yeah, exactly. It's still more entertaining to us than France GP 2019, so anything beats that. like Castel last season, if you can remember, if you watched the race. As Cheva is spinning. Hopefully not 5 seconds stop and go.
And Mari continues.
And Amadi is staying out.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to the end, so... And Cheva is having 5 seconds stop and go penalty.
No. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's stuck in the pit lane.
Yeah, that's a shame. Let's see if he's gonna rejoin us. We have this episode going ahead of him, but we have to... Oh my god, he has to get ahead of Hartz if he wants to fight for the win. And yes, he does. That was important. No, but that was important to get ahead of Hartz in a track where you know how hardly Hartz defends.
Now he has Chappelle in fourth position, so...
If a safety car would come out, it would make this race a little bit more interesting. So somebody has to do the Nelson PK and just sacrifice themselves and to bring out the safety car.
Well, if my team hadn't get out the lobby, maybe...
like massive crash in the last corner or something.
Amadi stays out. I think he's going to try to the end, but
that's a puncture.
I really recognize the tires, like the line that it's there's a strange line, so you can see the I don't know how to say how they are done. So his tires are a little bit like, okay, let's stop and throw them to the rubbish. So
to the trash bin, yeah. Yeah, and luckily the ghosting is on as AG30 is a little bit lagging in my screen, but no problem is overtaking 30 for position as hard side spinning for the soft tires.
And he's with nobody.
Yeah, and Taze Leroy has got up 3 tenths to Armady. But when Taze Leroy actually catches Armady, I don't think he can defend so much because there's over 11 lap difference in those tires.
Yeah, I don't think we should put some resistance. I think, well, if I don't know how to speak. If I were him, I just would say, okay, pass, give me your DRS and take me with you. So.
Yeah, exactly. And now Cheva is catching his German comrade via this shape. But as he says, the fastest lap of 1:06.3, which is very good lap time. Fastest man on the track at the moment.
Shape is going to defend himself.
But he has to do one more pit stop because he started with mediums.
No. He also pitted in lap 1.
Yellow sector 3. What happened? Why did he retire?
Amadi should enter now if he can.
Why did the VSC? I wanted the safety car. Why did the VSC come out?
Should be in like a real strange zone. He's in the last corner. Well, I don't know how did he make to finish there, but
it's gonna end before he gets to the pit lane. Or is he gonna pit?
No. It's going to the pit lane. The VSC is still out.
Hopefully
Taze,
for his...
If Taze had entered, he also could have pitted.
No, he didn't enter. He stayed out. Yeah. How long is the VSC gonna be out?
Enough time to make Amadi before Shai, or he's out now.
No, the VSC is off.
No,
VSC
out.
And he
will be near, but
let's see if he's gonna rejoin. Clean track ahead of him, but way too big of a gap. Yeah, He needed to stay 3 or 4 more seconds out, so he would have capitalized it, but... I'll check the gaps to the leader, and he has over 13 seconds to Taze Leroy, and in 10 seconds, in 7 corner track, gaps 13 seconds is a little bit impossible.
You think he will catch Taze or not? Oh,
I think Seva has problems.
Ship has made a real tire blocking, you know, that's okay to say. Like he just got a lot of oh come on, I just can't stop thinking Spanish and I don't know how to say that.
And
he has
who are you talking about? What driver?
Shape in the downhill braking zone. He's made a really hard blocking brake.
I guess. Alright, so we know he's not using ABS, so he's probably moving his tires and he probably let him go. He lets him go. He lets him German companion go. You know how the Germans work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He has some kind of problems with the tires, like you said. I don't know. Yellow's in sector 2, so what's happened?
It is nobody. Okay.
As Loma Crew setting the fastest lap of 106.1 in P10. But Taze Leroy has over 6.7 second lead, so without anything else happening, disconnections, DNFs or something like that, Taze Leroy is gonna win this race.
I think the yellow flag was to Roma because Seva was like 3 seconds behind, like faster to him.
Oh, and did Roma make some kind of mistake or not?
I think because it wasn't like a long yellow flag, it was like spontaneous, so maybe...
Yeah, but look at he's making the maneuver now! And he's now in P2! Got the maneuver done on...
He's done a stupid move, Little Roma has DRS.
Yeah, he has DRS, but the Seva will have DRS for the next red line.
Oh.
And he will make switchback.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god, side by side situation. Who's gonna get the...
No, it's for Seva, it's for Seva.
A smart maneuver from Seva. And they're going still side by side with each other. Who has the bigger cojones? They're going doing shaking and baking a little bit. They're going side by side, and it's Seva Titi who got the maneuver done on Little Womanino and moves himself to P2. And over 7 seconds to Taze Leroy, a little bit too much.
Well, it's 8 laps. If Softa is 1 second per lap, he will have an opportunity to the end. If not, well, and actually Taze is saving ERS, so I think he's driving with one hand, so...
Yeah, he's just save the tires, save the engine, save the fuel, save the car, and just bring it home. And when Seva is less than 2 seconds behind, then only push, or less than 3 seconds, then you start pushing. 7 laps remaining, and... yeah.
Seva is behind Shape.
And fucking hell.
Try the outside, and if you got...
They go side by side around the outside, but Shape is defending his position, and Shape has lost completely the pace. I don't know what's happening with Shape.
Well, actually not, because he's been able to follow Seva and he's 1 second behind Little Roma, so... But he's continued blocking the front tire, so...
Yeah, his front tires are overheating because of that. So, yeah. VRT Shape has still one of the best races he's done this season. Win from Baku, P5 from Spain, and looks like P4 from Austria at the moment. So 3rd race is finished this season.
Well, I think he will be able to get the podium because the drama with that yellow flag has lost a lot of pace. So I'm afraid he just spun and made a 360. So.
And now it's going to be a massive fight for P3, like you said. It's between Armady, VRT Shape, and Little Womanino. As Armady is going side by side without trying to overtake around the outside of VRT Shape. But nah, he's not able to make the maneuver. So I think Little Manino is going to be like a sitting duck. He's going to get overtaken left and right in next laps.
But I think he's like well, it's like a little bit with imagination, but could be Roma breaking Chappelle, make Emery pass as their teammates. I don't know if that's.
Execute Order 66 like in Star Wars movies. Let it. Little Nino. This is James. Or does it only work with Mercedes?
No, with Mercedes. Well, actually, I didn't have a teammate.
Yellow sector
today,
2.
So
Yeah.
it's semi-American.
Lost positions and it promotes Loma Crew to P8 position, but now Viatisep is so close to Little Manino and not defending the inside line, and Viatisep moves himself to P3 position.
He's only perfect. Now Little Romanino should get out of the way of Amadi.
Or then he can challenge Viatisep for position as he's closing and he's gonna dive up the inside of Viatisep. He's not giving up. They go side by side with each other. Pushing a little bit wide, pushing Viatisep a little bit wide, but it doesn't help Amadi's case. And look at the gap between Cheva and Taze Leroy, 2.9 seconds.
Yeah, that's well, actually the tires of Taze don't look pretty good, so.
And he said before this race that his wrist is. Look at Viatisep. He's trying to go side by side in corner 6. Impressive maneuver from Viatisep to overtake Amadi in that corner section. Because he. So the thing, who's gonna get the P3? Is it gonna be Nino, Chappelle, or D?
I think it will be D, but well, Romanino is like.
Oh my god! Look at 3 wide, 3 wide,
3 wide, oh
3 wide, 3 wide. Oh my goodness me! What's gonna happen? Who's gonna cross out?
Amadi has pushed like.
Oh my god! Look at them! But look at them! They're going side by side with each other. Racing for the tomato drops. They're going in the grass. They're trying to.
Amadi hasn't got space.
Oh my goodness me! What is gonna happen? They're going 3 wide, 3 wide. I can't believe it. And
Shape's got better traction. He's going wide. Oh my god.
How did they not cross?
By the outside. Shape has passed by the outside.
He overtook. Unbelievable to P3. That was like Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher 2000 in Belgium with Ricardo Zonta. That was amazing.
Oh my god, Nino lost it in the gravel. In the wall.
He's crashed out the wall and he's not gonna bring out VSC or safety car. I've seen in one league safety car can come 3 laps before the end, but will Little Manino pit or not? He doesn't have one wing.
3 seconds.
They took the 3-second penalty.
And Cheva had 6, 9. Cheva has like 9-second penalty. 3 seconds.
Well, thanks for spoiling, man. I didn't want to know.
That's the. He's going to try to pass. Actually,
yeah.
But he's got the position by penalties because he's got only 3 seconds, and Shape has also got 3 seconds. So now they are equal.
Are they equal?
Yeah.
Oh my god! So we're gonna see a battle for the win between a German driver and the Irish driver, and we know whose side you're on today.
If Taze is able to keep Cheva 1 lap behind him, he's got the win because Cheva has 9 seconds and he's only got 3. So.
True. As we have 2.5 laps remaining in the session, and it's still a battle for P3 between Viatisep and Amadi.
Yeah, I don't know why people just cover the inside in this corner. Don't you see if that you go by the outside and then make the I mean, you got better traction to overtake in this track, so people just covering the inside. I sometimes let people by in the first corner so I can pass them in second one. Oh, where?
Yeah, let's check the 2. What's happened?
Macru. Macru wanted to overtake in last corners and he just spun.
About the same. Did he try to overtake in corner 7?
I mean, in not the last corners, in the corner before, you brake from the straight to the first right corner. He was on the inside of Romanino and he just spun. Oh,
that's a big save for Loma Crew, but now Sevap Chichi is only 1 second behind of Taze Leroy, and he's getting the DRS. No, wait, yeah. Taze Leroy is getting the DRS from the lapped car.
And Cheva will have it on this at this rate. But he hasn't got fear enough. He's just had the fear to end and don't have
Yellow
much.
sector 2, and that's Pierre Hansen who spun, but he's not lost position because of it. So but Sevapcici and Amadi and VRT Sape going side by side with each other, and looks like Amadi got the maneuver done on VRT Sape and is now in P3.
Shape has 23 laps of medium, Semi-American 24, and Pierre Hansen did before like 26. So his tires will rise to the end, but I don't know. It's like two laps for a medium tire. I don't know how Chappelle is driving with that. They are not more long tires. They are like squares. So
But he's talented. We know your talent. We know how talented you are. Use it. We know the talent. But yeah, last lap starting between Tej Leroy and Sevapcici as
DRS from another guy, Jack Mia. He's like saving the DRS of the Haas Ghost car, so he can defend from Cheva.
very smart thing from the Tej Leroy. So to do that's very smart tactical maneuver. And if anything is not gonna happen, it looks like Tej Leroy has won this Grand Prix.
Yeah, and if not with time penalty, it's like in Canada with me, he will win.
Yeah, exactly. Tej Leroy, who knows very well now how to not take penalties. So
Fastest lap, Little Romanino.
Little Romanino takes the fastest lap, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen in the last corners. Sevapcici is only 5 tenths behind of Tej Leroy, but it looks like if anything's...
And Madrid has given the position to Shape.
Probably some crashes between them, but it looks like Tej Leroy will take his second win in EFL if it doesn't take time penalty, and it looks like Tej Leroy, you are a race winner. Second race win for Tej Leroy in 3 races. Congratulations, you are a race winner. Sevapcici finishes in P2, and it looks like VRT Sape is gonna finish in P3 position. Let's see the time penalties. Yes, VRT Sape P3 and Amadi P4.
If Shape hadn't got any penalty, he would finish second.
Ooh, that was pretty close. So 1.9 seconds behind Sevapcici, but now it's Seva P2 and VRT Sape P3 and VRT Sape second podium in EFL.
Yeah.
Zeluk P5, YXNZ Lights P6.
I don't know what happened with Emily and Shape, but Shape was like 1 second behind, and suddenly he just passed him, and I don't know.
Yeah, and Little Manino P7, Semi-American is in P8, Loma Crew will finish P9, and P. Hansen will finish in P10 position.
Macru hasn't got fuel.
Oh, he doesn't have
That's
fuel.
Hansen overtaking.
Ooh.
Jack Mia, he's getting out of the way.
Very
No
smart
way.
guy, very smart guy.
He's left the...
And is he gonna
He's
retire
left
from the
the
session? He's doing
I don't
donuts,
know.
he's doing donuts.
He's win the world champion of not fueling people.
World champion of P11. Amazing job. You did it! You did it!
Oh
I mean,
my God.
Little
33
Manino.
laps of fat tire. Certain has done all the race. With
He
that
did
tire.
it! He ran only 1.9 seconds behind P2, so very impressive. And Loma Crew, if you're listening, can you please retire? Can you please? I'm in a big of a hurry, so if you could retire, I could just appreciate it. Tej Leroy, can you wait a second? We're just gonna get the interviews done until when Loma Crew is gonna finish this race. So if you could,
if you skip over a lot of that,
If
because
he's gonna finish his race, please.
54 seconds, and then we can start the interviews. We're gonna watch the podium first, and then. I don't like when people do this because I'm actually in a big hurry always, and then people do stuff like this. But
I
yeah,
know, he had a puncture.
yeah, but he was doing donuts.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wait Tej Leroy's interviews for a second. We're just gonna invite Sevapcici and VRT Sape for the party. And there we go, Tej Leroy winning the Grand Prix. Second win for Tej Leroy in the age of 11, and he's solidifying his position in the championship fight against Alfonso, Sevapcici, VRT Sape and New Zealand Cam. this young Irish driver has impressed everybody in the last 3 weeks after a chaotic start for the season. As there we go, we have. I'm just gonna save the video clip as I'm gonna do the race highlights once again. Like you people know, I like to do the race highlights. And we're just gonna quickly invite the top 3, and Tasty wins the race from Cevap Cici, VRT Shape, EP3, Amadi P4, J-Look P5, Lights P6, American P7, Romanino P8, Hansen P9, Jackma P10, 10 P11, Maku, Surdy Cam, Abbe James, Harta, and with Ty and Alfonso.
Everybody has got a penalty.
That's very impressive, actually. Very impressive. So quickly take screenshots and just gonna invite the top 3 for the interview party. I apologize for the viewers if this took too long, but Lomaku wanted to do championship donuts. So, of P11. I've never seen anybody doing donuts for P11 position, but as we're gonna invite Cevap Cici and VRT Safe for the party, so and there we go. Then we're gonna start the podium interviews between the drivers.
Okay.
But Alfonso Gomez, who's your draft today before we start the interviews?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, okay. We start from Taste Leroy now. Taste Leroy, you won your second race in EFL. In 3 races, you've gained the most points of, I believe, 75 points. So, I mean 65 points. So, are you solidifying your position in your championship fight now?
I hope anyway. I think, well, obviously, Gomez didn't happen today. Obviously, I saw, I can only see that big crash, but I think I'm in the top 5 or something in the championship, so I think I'm definitely in it, but I need to just keep this consistency.
But how did you find this consistency? Like the first 6 races of the season, you retired in all of the races, and immediately in Canada you won. Then in France you finished P3, and now in Austria you won again. So what's your secret from the beginning of the season?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it happened. Obviously, this was a bit. I got very bad wrist pain at the end of the race because of my wrist. So, but I still managed to go through in the end.
With a broken wrist or with a wrist that is injured, he's still able to win the race. Your race winner, ladies and gentlemen. And VRT Shape, second podium of this season. Last time you finished in the podium was in Baku, finishing P1. But tell us about your race and that 35 lap stint with the medium tires.
It wasn't. I pitted 2 times, but it wasn't a good race. It's just I got stuck behind people and had to go into the mediums again because I got wing damage off Cheva. Yeah.
But without that second pit stop, do you think you could have challenged for the win against Ace Leroy? Because we saw the gap between you guys for 8 seconds.
I think so, yeah.
But how is this going to give you motivation for the future races? Finally, you've ended your bottle streak, how people like to call it in Twitter. So you finished in the podium. So how are you going to go to the next race in Silverstone?
And actually, I could finish P2 because I got a stupid warning and I can get it removed. Yeah, I think it's good, and I just feel like I need to get poles because if I'm back, they just won't let you past.
And the last question from the drivers before we go for the national anthems about the qualifying. Did the game tell you that it was gonna rain or not?
No.
No.
Nobody had the information.
Alright, so there we go. We have drivers interviews, and now please take your hats off for the winner drivers and constructors national anthems. So national anthems of Ireland and Italy. And those were the national anthems of Ireland and Italy, and probably the last time you'll ever hear the Italian national anthem, because you won't hear that in the actual season in Formula 1. But this was EFL stream of round 9 in Austria. Obviously owner and commentator of the night, Eric Salama, and top 3, Taze Leroy, Sevap Cici, and Viatisa Pelele. Obviously owner and commentator of EFL, Eric Salama, and wherever you are in the world, good night, good day, good morning, and I'll see you again next week in round 10 in Silverstone. So, hasta la vista, baby.